Hi, I'm ADampSponge, and this is this is GIMP, a drawing tool. And I was thinking maybe I do some my what would it be called? What would this be called? I guess design stuff for my little character guy, my little ADampSponge down here. I was thinking that I need like backgrounds and stuff, and I also need content, so why not, loop them both in together. So let's see. What I need is a IE. That's not it's not the right size. Let's make the size like 150. See if this is better. Better, still large. That's a whole different box. What? That box, there we go. So let's see, I need a background. This is still pretty big. Let's hit it with 100. That's a little better. Let's see, so backgrounds. I need like a home base. See, I need a home base. I need. Honestly, I don't quite know what I need. Let's just start with like the home base. What I want to look like is, I'm thinking like a chemist. Is that how you spell chemist? Chemist. I think so. Like a chemist slash kitchen countertop. Let's see. Areas I want on it is like a statistic. That's, I don't. Statistic area. Writing area for my D&D and stuff. Double check I'm recording so I'm not dumb. I am. Okay. Statistic, writing, general area. Probably a gaming area. I think those are some pretty solid starts. Let's see, definitely want like a sink. I think I'll just start with that. So the first, delete that. Delete this. Okay, the list is up. List is gone. First things first, a good general area. Just kind of sketch something out. Because it could be more, I mean, I assume I want it like more in focus. So make this like a wall with perspective lines, and then like this with my sponge at the top. I think that's a good starting area. It's kind of like the corner of something. I could also go more for like the science island, but I think like the corner of a kitchen is fine. So, well, speaking of corner, let's do another one. Hide that for right now. We could start in a corner. And then have perspective on these. Yeah, I probably want it moved more up. I want more surface. I want more floorage than anything, because you can kind of get more, you know, more stuff in there. Well, actually, if I have more wall in there, I can make shelving. Erase that. Erase that. Here. I can make shelving with, I mean, probably gonna have some like up there. You know, let's just assume that's like netting or slide or something. It's not too bad. So then if I swap colors, let's say I have one area up here. You know, one good area right there. Don't know what all this walkway would be for. Maybe I have like two distinctive up top areas. You know, something in the corner. Probably another one along each of the walls. This kind of leaves a big open area in the center, but it could be something like flat that has to do with the floor. Although if this is my general area, I still kind of want like a sink. Okay, what about this? Over here is the illusion of a sink. Grab, that's good enough blue. Yeah, that's not bad. So it still always kind of shows a sink without having it constantly on the screen, because sinks are large. Also, I think technically my guy would be... What? Oh. I was gonna say, I thought I grabbed the shrink button. You know, make him more appropriately sized. He's next to the camera, he's large. When he's in the world, he's much smaller. I kind of like this. Kind of like the multi-stored story thing. I think this is a good thing to try. So let's pop a new one. I'll just leave it named as knives. I don't know why. This program, whenever I make a new thing, it refers to the last piece of art and then just kind of copies the title of the last thing. So, like what I was doing the last one was I was drawing the knives on the divinity guy. I made it its own little layer. That's why it says knives. Yeah, I think that's good. So, colors. I mean, I do just kind of like this, this dark with just a tad bit of like reddish hue to it. It's not a bad one. I can always come back and change it too. That's not exactly the right border shape, but you know, come back in. There. That's good. Add the little bit of water. Nope, not what I meant to do. Add the little bit of water. Let's see, it needs to run parallel with that line. That's not the worst. Let's do this. Make that a little smaller. Make it the gray color. Make a measurement of that wall. Where is it? I've selected on the background. There it is. So this should be the angle. Oops. Let's see. Let's just get some clear vision on it. So that should be the angle of the side of the water, because a little bit of perspective art class for everyone. All lines have to like be what was it called? It's got something to do with the horizon line and everything being exactly parallel or whatever the reverse of parallel is to it. So let's see. Wow, that was a messy line. So just kind of generally follow this line. This needs watcher. Oh, no, that should continue. I mean, that's quite big. If it doesn't continue, then we can just run a line parallel with this wall. Not only do I think that it's not parallel with that wall, how does that look? Because you want some lip in between like a sink and the edge, but where it is, it kind of makes it look like there's like no lip. You know what I should do, actually? Cover all that up. Use the measuring line just as the actual line. And then when I'm like, yeah, that looks good, I just merge it down. Yeah, looks good enough. Merge down. And that's that. So, and then just so there's no having to mess with this line, because I can just duplicate that line and move it over, but I don't know how much illusion, because the sink size will give a lot of illusion of where like character size and like size of the background is, you know? So I think that water's relatively good. I'm just gonna like assume it's always full, because otherwise we'd have to come in and do like a perspective like downwards to show that it is a like sink edge. That's not like the worst thing, but just leaving it full of water, we can come back to it and decide what's what. Although we probably want a little bit of a lip to it, because like a sink isn't like so full it's gonna overflow constantly. Yeah. So we're just gonna come back to that. Let's see. This one is like round. I'll put it as that for right now so we can remember what that is. Let's see, and then the next step is shelf. Just in case we have to edit anything, I'll just make a whole new thing. And I'm kind of liking this color with it, but I mean the shelf should probably somewhat match the countertop, because I think how art stuff goes, early art stuff, I think how home decorating goes is like walls match cabinets, countertops match shelves, and then appliances somewhere in between. I don't know if that's a real rule, but you know, when you decorate your own house, you have these like, they don't have to be direct rules, but you should make it like obvious what your house is doing. So if you have dark countertops and you want like light cabinets and a dark floor, then you just keep that theme in the area and it'll look good. So, and that can be mismatched in different ways. You could have, you know, dark countertops, dark cabinets, light floor, where you're doing like a floor contrasts the appliances, and you'd probably add the wall into like what the floor color is. But you know, you usually you want to make your own like theme rule, and you just have to stick with it. Because the moment that you stray from that, it's just gonna like look weird, you know. Anyways, which means I can't have that color. So I'm just gonna start the shelf as the same black. And just kind of see where it takes me. The end of that shelf is wrong, because it also has to match that, which is more like a that. That makes it kind of hard to see right now. It's not too bad. Oops. Kind of want this corner to be a little softer, but without making it like bitten into, you know? There. Something kind of similar. Like that. That line also gives it like height depth. If I make a little lighter line, just do a little, at least temporary, like perspective line, kind of like how I have on my sponge. And then honestly, like the sponge, the top should be colored just slightly differently, not as much as I have like that little line, but like just enough to where you can notice the different textures. Different textures, the difference in top shelf, side shelf. And there should technically be a color to say like, how do I want to say this? If you take an art class, you'll be taught at some point like values in the distance are lighter than values up close, because up close you can see the shadowed details, you know. And it always seems like it should be the other way around, because like to your brain, like to your thinking brain, a shadow is like something like a void of color, and you'd think the further it is away, the more void it is. But you can't think of it in pigment colors, you have to think of it in light colors. And light colors, like light like a flashlight colors, if when all the colors mix, they make white. So the further something gets away, the more cross contamination each of the each of the everything just kind of has, if that makes sense. Like light bouncing off of one tree that's a different color than another tree sitting next to it, it'll kind of like merge a little, and it'll make like a very odd illusion. So I need walls need to be towards the bottom. Kind of like this color, and then give me a slightly darker version. I'm gonna do. Is this the slightly darker version? I just can't even tell. Slightly darker. Oh. I had a selection of. Oh, yeah, too dark. this one it? That's still pretty dark. Start with you. Wish I could make this selector a little bigger. Yeah, that's good. So I'm just making one wall, since I was thinking about the color light situation. The wall that's like closer to one side will just be a slightly darker tone than the other wall, giving more of the illusion of depth. And also being able to tell that's two separate walls. And this will help the shelf kind of just look more like a shelf, honestly. Let's see. Lots of color. Straighten it up a little. I'm getting a text that's probably, it's either gonna be Divinity with my friends time or something like that. Nope. Text about D&D. Okay. Okay. Just a text about D&D, so no one's calling me away. Ooh, yeah, I do like the slightly dark, slightly light. So, and that's probably what I'll do with the shelf too. Except this side's gonna be lighter, and the front face is gonna be this slightly darker, because perspectively, from like the middle of the page, oops, that's not, yeah, no, I can't draw on yours. That was also the eraser. Perspectively, from like the center of the page, this is closer than this. I mean, even if I go out here, that corner might be just a little further away, but because the main like wall is closer to like the horizon line, which I mean, I don't even really have a horizon line because it's a 3-point, but that's not entirely true because it's like my horizon lines are just different, you know? It's a corner that I'm following. I know a little bit about art stuff, not a whole ton. I'm just trying to like help a little, but also probably making a lot of confusing statements. So, which I'd be happy if someone would correct me in the comments or something. So, yeah. But I mean, honestly, the kitchen looking very modern and sleek. Kind of like it. So, it'd be kind of nice to get a little bit of like marbling or something for the countertops, but I'd probably want a good brush for that. And I just have basic brushes. I should start making my own again, but maybe that'll be a stream making fun brushes. So making fun brushes are kind of like buying office supplies you don't need. Something I know a lot of people enjoy, but it's definitely just something you're never gonna use and you just more like to look at. It makes you feel more businessy. So let's see. So up to the brown for now, just because it contrasts with everything. I can just like, point stuff out, because one thing we do need is like a way down off the shelf, or like a way up to it. You know, or maybe we don't. Maybe we just say the sponge has hops and just hops right up there. Hops right down. Or I really want to do something with it, like hops down, and then to go up, it's like a springboard or something that throws them up there. That wouldn't be too bad. Like if I put, let's see. Anytime you go to do something on top of someone else, just make a new layer. So, like if I do like a log here, you know, and then give it like a springboard on top, and then I'd probably scooch it over a little, but then show like, you know, lower that a little, show like a string with a pulley, and then some sort of heavy object over here. So if I really want to get up, this is the wrong way. I'd flip this, but basically you get on that side, drop it, this flings him away. But if he was on the other side with the weight over there, it'd fling him up to there. So, which is an interesting idea. What am I doing that for? Just have an eraser. I think this brush was at what, 18 before? I don't even have to erase that. I can just do that, and I'll just come back to it. Don't even have to delete it. Alright, so brings us to our next question. I think I want to do the stats place first. Which then I'm still going to go back to like the bluish. Make it a light toned, and that's a little too blue. Let's see, I need like follow that up, follow that line across, go straight up again. It's not too bad. Gonna make like a dry erase board type of thing. Also, if you're asking why I don't do like a paint bucket, I just can't get the sensitivity right on a paint bucket to paint the squares that I want it to paint, and just to leave everything else alone. So I do this, which is very inefficient, and if I was, you know, an artist with like a job, I would hold up, this kind of curves up. Now it kind of curves down, but that's more what I want from it. Okay. Anyways, if I was an artist with a job, you try to just make everything as efficient as possible, because the time it takes you to make something is time that someone has to pay for. So when you do like your art buckets, you have to like edit them. So like, you know, if you want it like right up to another color, it's like more aggressive with its like fill pattern. So, because a basic art bucket is like, if I go to the blue, oops, that's the wrong page. Let's see. If I go to the shelf, I could probably... No? It's not right. I don't know. It's kind of working better because I'm working with different layers. But if your entire thing is one thing, like you have two colors, you know, maybe I can just 5 minute little adventure. If I just do this, I like color brown, I color blue with it, and you can kind of see that there's pixels in between that are a little bit mixed. So if I like bucket and then do that and then you zoom in, that's still blue. There shouldn't be any blue is what you want to like get rid of with a paint bucket, but the fact that that's still blue means that you have to come in and paint over it. So anytime that you do a bucket thing, you have to come back in and redo the like sides of everything. And now that I'm talking about this, I can see I'm just not in the right layer. See a little bit of blue down there. Anyways, let's take that green, make it more docile. Then back to stats. Do like a little color that I can touch. Do that. Come here. Get like a brown. Do that. Show some like, you know, some projection math. Let's see. That's the green. Get a little bit of red. Do a little red. Write some stuff next to it. Draw some arrows. Grab that blue. Come over here. Make like a pie graph. That. Just like a purple. Purple takes up a big chunk. Write something with that. Do like a pink. Pink's gonna take up a lot of it. I'll write something about the pink. Let's see, back over to like a red. Did I miss any colors? There's not really a yellow at this tone. Yellow kind of gets faded into like too many slushies green or like a brown. Just not working. Forgot to write these colors down here. There. These are all those. Let's see, I'm basically faking science looking stuff. That, make a small section right about that. which also means that I have to take the pink back, cover up this little bit of blue. Kind of round it out a little. Oops. This is why you draw on separate layers if anything overlaps. I know I immediately broke my rule, but you know, I'm just trying to do my thing. Is this relatively circle-ish? Yeah, relatively circle-ish. Yeah. Let's see. I mean, I'll choose like the red again. There should be at least one more right here. Well, let's just do it like, if we're in a bunch of things, you know, and then I will swap colors, highlight sections, and like blue, a little bit of brown. Need some more of that like light blue. No, I already have light blue. Need the purple. And then the pink. Put that in, fill that in. There we go. That is my statistical board. Let's see. A whiteboard, so then if we make a blown up version, it'll be like me doing shit on the whiteboard. Back my butt up to the wall. Lower me over a little. Got text. This is all happening because we have D&D on Sunday. Because everyone's, or not everyone, but a few people got busy during the evening. We are looking to do D&D at 10 a.m. Okay. So that's all going down in the chat where no one's responding. Fun. Okay. Let's see, we need that. I said we need that while I was looking at stuff. See, we have statistics done. I kind of feel like grab that yellow. Making a rubber duck would be nice. And then just have it like in the water. needs like backish area, head, rather large head. Reduce him a little. Come on. Reduce him. Oh, that's good enough. I will then come back. That back. Erase the little bumpage. Round out the front a little. Grab like an orange. Like an orange. Do that. Come in here. Get a little bit of a darker orange to fill in the mouth. It's kind of hard to know where to stop the inner mouth, because if you see the top of the mouth, you can't see inside this one. So there we go. It's not too bad, I don't think. Cute little mouth. Give him probably like a pretty close to black eye, honestly. Too bad. Give him a little nostrillage. No, that's bad. Don't want that. There's a little bit of a weird perspective thing, because like take the blue back. His eye's kind of like out there, but his beak is like out there. So his body is like that way. There's that way. There's that way. You know, it's all not quite matching, but I think at least for like a little reference, I'll just leave it all for now. If anything, I curve the beak a little bit to make it more frontward facing. I think that fixes it. It's a cute little duck though. He also needs his little duck wing. So I'd go slightly darker color. I don't know if I do the whole wing or if I just do like a under like shadow suggestive wing. I think that's what I do. Maybe he just doesn't need a wing. He don't need no wing. You know, it's not like this is being fully colored and highlighted and everything. So more texts from the DD group. It's all good. Okay. I mean, I like what we got going on so far. Let's see, what else did I need? This is a mistake making it that color now. Let's make it like a green. Okay. Let's see, it is kind of not super chemistry kitchen-y. Maybe I want like a beaker or something in there. Let's see. I have statistics done. I need gaming, writing. The general is just kind of the general space. The sink, I mean, it's, you know, proposed in there, so I won't forget about it if I delete it. So writing, gaming, you know, I definitely need a cooking area. That would be nice, because I do love to cook. So let's do, you want to do like a little gamer corner up there? Let's see. It's probably gonna be like a slightly darker color. I'm currently on a laptop. As much as I would like to set it up as something different, I think setting it up kind of like how it is for me right now is a good idea. Just make like a general little laptop. Come out a little more. Do that. Do this to make it like a nice little computer screen. I don't know if that's enough of a color difference. Made it more bluish for right now. Ooh, or you know what? Different idea. Make it more, well, it's more brown now. They're also gonna have to be able to tell this from like a distance. If I have it more as like a gray, I need a bigger tool. There we go. make it like a gray, and now I make it kind of like my background. Kind of level that out a little bit more. My background is a hay bale achievement from Farm Sim. So I make it like a yellowish little square. Then come down here, grab the red, come back up, zoom in, do across the bale. I think that's how it looks. I guess I shouldn't be alt-tabbing, I should just be minimizing. That's not how that looks. It has two different pluses, okay. Oops. Let's see, I'm not gonna do it, bit for bit, but at the very least for right now, do it kind of like that. Swap back to the yellow. Give it a little bit more round. Oops. That's close enough for right now. Let's see, shelf is the game. That's kind of it, honestly. I mean, I got a little bit of like blue in my keyboard. Sprinkle around a little bit of blue lighting. Do that, that's a little big. There. The keyboard glows a little in the background. Yeah. That'll, at least for right now, be the gamer space. And yeah, as life goes on, I'll probably upgrade it and stuff. But have a nice little like starter kit to it. Let's see, writing and cooking. Oops, I've hit caps lock at one point. Let's see, I see more texts. Life is going on. Oops, someone's calling me to divinity. Okay. Well, I'll make the cooking. I'll save. Come back to this. I'll probably have this all in one video if it's too long.